Many people are walking around in a fog, unsure whether or not they are actually suffering from abuse. They feel crazy. They feel like they are losing their grip on reality. This is often due to something called cognitive dissonance, the mental conflict that occurs when your beliefs do not match your reality. You believe this person loves you, yet they hurt you. You believe they are good, yet they do bad things. This confusion is a hallmark of toxic dynamics. This video is dedicated to bringing you the awareness and the solutions you need to empower yourself up and out of that darkness. Please know that what we are discussing today is not just about a romantic partner. This video is about absolutely any narcissist or toxic influence in your life. These signs apply to a spouse, a lover, a family member, a neighbor, or even a friend. Toxic behavior does not discriminate based on the label of the relationship. So, without further ado, let us take a deep breath, center ourselves, and explore these 8 signs to know that you are suffering from narcissistic abuse. Number 1. Your relationship is not kind, caring, or sane. When you are in a healthy relationship, there is a baseline of sanity. Even when things go wrong, there is a mutual desire to fix it. But in a toxic relationship, the landscape is very confusing. It can feel like you are walking through a carnival funhouse where all the mirrors are distorted. You might find it difficult to know who is who in the zoo. You might start wondering if you are the problem. This happens because the toxic person is a master of deflection. They will spin the situation back on you. They will blame you for their actions. They will refuse to be accountable for the pain they cause. You must remember this fundamental truth. If someone hurts you and is not capable of a genuine apology, and you keep hanging out with this person, they will continue to hurt you. An apology without change is just manipulation. If they are never remorseful, they will never stop the behavior. The hard truth we often try to avoid is that people either have a decent character or they do not. You cannot change them. You cannot love them into being a different person. People like this simply do not have the internal resources to grant us a healthy, loving, and happy life. But we do. We have the power to choose sanity. Number 2, you are dealing with immature behavior and giving up pieces of yourself to comply. A hallmark of narcissistic relationships is that you are dealing with an emotional toddler in an adult body. This person often gets bent out of shape on hairline triggers that mature, emotionally regulated adults just do not get upset about. You might find yourself constantly walking on eggshells, scanning the room for their mood, trying to predict the unpredictable. They believe they are entitled to everything. They expect preferential treatment and can be nasty, demanding, punishing, and even explosive if they do not receive it. Ask yourself, are there things that you would normally be free to talk about to anyone else, but the same topic is unacceptable or risky with this particular person? Why do you feel that fear? Perhaps you feel that if this person does not get their own way, they will abandon you or threaten to leave you. This fear of abandonment becomes a weapon they use to control you. And so, slowly but surely, you start doing things outside of your comfort zone. You compromise your value systems to keep the peace. You give up tiny pieces of your soul to prevent a meltdown. This is not love. This is hostage negotiation. Number 3, you are angry, disjointed, and behaving in ways that you normally do not. This is a very important question to ask yourself. Who do I become when I am with this person? How do I feel with them in relation to my everyday dealings with other people? If you know you are a person of integrity, if you know you can listen, have empathy, are capable of having sane conversations, and get along with most people in your life, yet there is this one person who brings out the absolute worst in you, pay attention. This is generally because your boundaries are being repeatedly violated. When someone pokes you with a stick for hours, eventually you are going to scream. That scream is not proof that you are crazy. It is proof that you are being provoked. The normal modes of human operation do not stand with these individuals. You might find yourself yelling, crying, or acting in ways that make you feel ashamed later. This is called reactive abuse. They push you until you break, and then they point at your reaction and say, "Look how unstable you are." It is a trap designed to make you distrust your own character. Number 4. The circular arguments make you dizzy. Communication with a narcissist is not about connection. It is about domination. The arguments you are having make your head spin because they go around and round on unrelated tangents. You start talking about how they were late for dinner, and suddenly you are defending yourself against an accusation that you were rude to their mother 3 years ago. The points make no sense. It is a word salad designed to confuse and exhaust you. Narcissists will state how disloyal your accusations of them are when confronted. They will argue with you to manipulate you into something unwholesome. Or you find yourself trying to prove that you are a good person because the narcissist is regularly accusing you of all the things that they are and do. This is called projection. They accuse you of lacking integrity, of being unfaithful, of lying, of making it all about yourself. Because you are a decent person, you will be incensed by these false accusations. You will try extremely hard to prove and convince them otherwise. This is another deadly hook. If you believe that your integrity, character, well-being, and safety are dependent on what other people think of you, then you are susceptible to this trap. You do not need to prove your goodness to someone committed to misunderstanding you. Number 5. You are mopping up the messes. Being connected with a narcissist has lots of drama. There are always rough edges. Quite frankly, it means that disasters are always looming on the horizon. Narcissists usually are not good with detail, accountability, or sensibility. They are focused on their own immediate gratification. They fly high, seeking narcissistic supply and acclaim, with little to no thought for doing the right thing or the consequences of their actions. If your life is connected with one of these people, it is very usual that you will be the one paying their fines. You will be the one sorting out their messes. You will be the one smoothing over the social dramas they cause. You might even find yourself lying for them to cover their tracks, compromising your own honesty to protect their image. Think of this analogy. It is like you are standing there with a hose, frantically watering their back lawn trying to keep it green, while yours gets parched, turns brown, and dies. You are pouring all your resources into a black hole. This is how narcissists roll, and this is what happens to the sensible, well-meaning, responsible people who narcissists like to recruit into their lives. By walking away from people like this, we can stop watering a dead lawn and restart our life with self-responsibility. Number 6. Your boundaries are being disintegrated. It is extremely common for people with poor boundaries to get involved with narcissists, but even those with strong boundaries can be eroded over time. You find it difficult to speak up. You find it difficult to stand up for yourself or hold a line in the sand with this particular person. And when you do try to do so, what happens? Are you often criticized? Are you rejected? Are you abandoned or punished with the silent treatment? If so, you are likely dealing with a narcissist. As a result of that punishment, you try to minimize the trauma and mayhem that breaks out. You stop asserting your needs because the cost is just too high. Or maybe you have dissolved into so many feelings of powerlessness, helplessness, and despair that you find yourself begging or pleading for your boundaries to be respected. You are asking for basic human decency, as if it were a favor. Discovering that the narcissist has zero empathy for you and simply will not comply takes you down into an even deeper place of helplessness. You realize that your no means nothing to them, and that is a terrifying realization. Number 7. You feel addicted, disjointed, and manic. This is where things get chemically complicated. Perverse addiction happens with narcissists. This is also known as trauma bonding. The cycle of abuse, the highs of love bombing followed by the lows of devaluation, creates a powerful chemical addiction in the brain, similar to gambling or drug addiction. You live for the breadcrumbs of affection they throw your way. Do you feel manic and unable to stop trying to contact or hook back up with the narcissist, even when you know how much you continually get hurt by doing so? We can be horrified by how addicted we are to someone who treats us so terribly. It just does not make logical sense. Our friends look at us and ask, "Why do you stay?" And we cannot explain it. It is, of course, very serious when it gets to a stage where we simply cannot talk ourselves out of doing the actions that we know are putting ourselves back into the fire to get burnt again. It is not stupidity, it is addiction. Recognizing this is the first step to breaking the spell. You are not weak, you are chemically bound, and you need to detox. Number 8, you are suffering from abuse symptoms. Finally, things are now very serious when your physical body starts to scream, no. When your emotional inner being has been screaming out for attention, and we have not as yet pulled away and turned inwards to heal, then we start breaking down physically as well. The body keeps the score. It is likely that anxiety and depression become your constant companions. You might start developing even greater issues like fibromyalgia, adrenal fatigue, chronic exhaustion, complex PTSD, and agoraphobia. You lose interest in the activities, people, and self-care that used to grant you energy. You become a shell of your former self. As the toxic person in your life takes up more and more of your energy and focus, there is nothing left for you. The shame and pain becomes so great that we may start hiding out from the world. We stop seeing friends because we do not want to explain the bruises on our soul. We start lying to people, covering up the reality, and feeling even more isolated in our traumatic feelings and symptoms. This isolation is dangerous. This is when we have to ask ourselves a life-changing question. How bad does it have to get before we awaken to the truth? There are varying degrees of narcissism. There are also people who can just be clueless and selfish, but not necessarily afflicted with narcissistic personality disorder. But here is the thing. The label does not matter as much as the impact. If someone in your life does not share your values and does not care for your feelings, then this is not a healthy relationship for you. Period. As soon as we try changing other people, we are fighting a losing battle. It is time to pull away. It is time to say to ourselves and to them, "This is who I am, and this is what I need for us to continue." If they cannot meet you there, the answer is clear. We may lose a lot by leaving. We may lose a lifestyle, a mutual friend group, or a dream of what we thought the future would be. As many of us have found, the grief is real. However, by leaving, we can achieve the greatest gain of all. We finally turn inwards. We finally start the work of integrating with ourselves. We put the pieces of our shattered identity back together so that we are in a position of wholeness. We can be in control of our choices. We have the power to look after ourselves. We have the power to create a happy, healthy, and truly loving life. You deserve a love that is safe. You deserve a love that is kind. You deserve to be heard, to be seen, and to be valued. Do you relate to any of these signs? Does your heart recognize the pain we have discussed today? If you do, please know that you are not alone and you are not crazy. What do you plan to do next? Let us know in the comments below. Sharing your story is a powerful act of reclaiming your voice. If you found this video helpful, be sure to like and share it with those who might benefit from it. You never know who is suffering in silence and needs to hear this message today. Do not forget to subscribe to Happy Aura for more content that nurtures your soul and helps you navigate the journey of life with wisdom and grace. The journey of healing from this kind of trauma is not a straight line. It is a spiral. You might feel like you are making progress, and then one day you feel the pull to go back. You might feel the addiction flaring up. That is okay. That is part of the process. Be gentle with yourself on those days. Remind yourself of the reality, not the fantasy. Remind yourself of the anxiety, the walking on eggshells, and the confusion. When you start to doubt yourself, come back to this list. Use it as a reality check. Ask yourself, is this person capable of empathy? If the answer is no, then you have your answer. You cannot have a relationship with someone who cannot see you. It is like trying to have a conversation with a wall. You will only end up exhausted and voiceless. One of the most empowering things you can do is to start rebuilding your own life, independent of them. Find a hobby that is just yours. Reconnect with an old friend who knew you before the fog rolled in. Spend time in nature. Remind your nervous system what safety feels like. The more you fill your life with things that bring you genuine joy, the less tolerance you will have for the chaos they bring. You are building a new standard for your life. A standard where respect is non-negotiable. A standard where kindness is the baseline. A standard where your peace is prioritized. It takes courage to set that standard, especially if you have never had it before. But I promise you, it is worth it. You are worth it. There is a beautiful, vibrant life waiting for you on the other side of this abuse. A life where you wake up feeling rested. A life where you do not have to explain your reality. A life where you are free to be exactly who you are. Keep walking toward that life, one step at a time, one boundary at a time, one moment of self-compassion at a time. We are all here cheering you on. You have got this. Your happy aura is waiting to shine again, brighter than ever before. Thank you for letting me be a part of your healing journey today. Recovery is about reclaiming the narrative of your own life. For so long, the narcissist has held the pen, writing a story where you are the villain, the crazy one, the problem. Today, you take the pen back. You start writing a new chapter, a chapter defined by truth. In this new chapter, you trust your gut. You trust those intuitive nudges that tell you something is off. You stop dismissing your own feelings to accommodate someone else's dysfunction. You realize that your feelings are data, valuable information, telling you what is safe and what is not. It is a profound shift when you stop asking, "Why are they doing this to me?" and start asking, "Why am I tolerating this?" The first question keeps you stuck in their psychology, trying to crack a code that has no logic. The second question puts the power back in your hands. It focuses on your choices, your boundaries, and your self-worth. You might feel fear at the thought of leaving or setting a hard boundary. That fear is normal. It is your brain trying to keep you safe in the known, even if the known is painful. But trust that you can handle the unknown. You are stronger than you know. You have survived every bad day up until now, and you will survive this too. Surround yourself with people who validate your reality. If you do not have that in your immediate circle, seek out support groups, therapists, or online communities like this one. Validation is the antidote to gaslighting. It helps you clear the fog and see the truth. As you move forward, be patient with your heart. It has been through a war. It needs time to soften again. It needs time to learn that not everyone is a threat. Give yourself that time. Do not rush your healing. And remember, the greatest revenge is not punishing them. It is healing yourself. It is living a life so full of joy and authenticity that their opinion of you no longer matters. That is true freedom. That is the goal. So take a deep breath. Drop your shoulders. Unclench your jaw. You are safe here. You are understood here. And you are on your way to a freedom you can feel in your bones. Keep going. The world needs the real you, the healed you, the whole you. Thank you again for watching. Your presence here matters. Your healing matters. I will see you very soon. Take care.